Most times, people frown upon situations and rebels who break rules. But when it comes to making wealth, there is truth in the phrase, some rules are meant to be broken. If you have been told to do something and you can see that it is only keeping you in poverty, then by all means, break those rules. Number 10. Be emotional about money. Money is a touchy subject for almost everyone. Depending on how forward-thinking your family was, you probably grew up knowing never to ask anyone about money. Your parents never discussed any money prospects or hardships with you, even when you were old enough to deal with it. Or you simply saw the grown-ups fighting about money and talking about people's situations in hushed voices. Somehow, this gave the impression that money is a taboo subject, but a very important thing. What you get is that after you've grown up, you also get so emotional about money. Rather than plan for it, you cry and complain over it. When you have it, you go on a shopping spree or give in to a get-rich-quick scam. Trying to show off, you end up being the family lender and never getting anything back. Money is an important tool, but that's all it is, a tool. When you don't have it, you become a social pariah. You don't have to tie your identity to how much you have in the bank account. Once you know this, you will be able to do better. You will have healthy discussions with your partners and families so that they know how to help you. You will be able to plan for the money you have. You will avoid impulsive shopping and debts as well. All these will help you increase your net worth in the long run. Number 9. Keep up with the Joneses. The fact that human beings are social creatures is something that works in their favor sometimes and against them most times. We don't operate in a vacuum, so we know when our neighbors booked a vacation trip to Fiji and when the class bully actually gets a promotion at their workplace. Aside from dealing with the successes of people we know, social media has seen to it that we know about the world's success too. It doesn't matter that we don't know who Martha from Canada is. All that matters is that she renovated her kitchen and now we feel the need to do the same. The surest way to stay poor is to keep up with all the trends. Revamp your wardrobe every 3 months, even though you hadn't worn some of the pieces yet. Repaint your house every 6 months. And all the different things people do to keep up with the Joneses. Even though it's hard to believe, we all have our different journeys and we don't need to dial down our uniqueness being like everyone else. Make money decisions that make you feel good and reaffirm what you know about yourself. If you're a homebody, then you don't need to waste money on a trip you won't enjoy. Go out and buy yourself some games. Enjoy life your way. Number 8. Play the victim card. There are 2 words the poor are quick to throw around: privilege and luck. Before they can acknowledge someone's success, they want to find out if they had family in places of influence and family money to fall back on in case things didn't go as planned. Then, they compare that against themselves and point out how they don't have the connections and money to help them succeed in life. It's true, some people have a leg up to get to the places they finally achieve, but rather than focus on those, you should also do your best. Just as there are stories of people who were handed the keys to the kingdom, there are also stories of people who came from nothing and did their best to get to the very top. People like Oprah Winfrey should silence any of your victim playing. Do your best with whatever you get. Work hard. Don't mind what the already rich are doing. That won't be you. So focus on what you can, rather than spending time tearing apart someone else's achievements. Look for opportunities you can use to your advantage. Apply for the job or your dream course, even though it seems the odds are against you. Ask to be mentored by a business person you look up to. Read as much as you can on how to improve yourself, and you will make your own luck and privilege with time. Number 7. Get into debt. Have you heard the phrase, the borrower is a slave to the lender? Debt is its own form of slavery, and the poor who already believe they are down on their luck don't mind adding to their debt. The average American has more than $5,000 in credit card debt. Add to that figure student loans and mortgages and other personal loans, and it's easy to see why statistics say the country is over $1 trillion in debt. There are some hard moments in life that call for an emergency bailout. Probably your paycheck won't cover the hospital bills or the funeral expenses that blindsided you. But before you add a loan to the ones you took out already, get a system that will help you pay them off. Paying off debts in time improves your credit score and also helps you feel better about yourself, your finances, and your sense of responsibility. Having credit cards doesn't help you if you're planning on staying out of debt. It is easy to add every minor charge to your card, and though it might look like a few dollars here and there, they always add up to an amount you didn't think you would pay. Consider going cardless and paying for things in cash. That way, if you don't have any more money to spend, you won't buy anything else. Have an emergency fund as well, so that you are not rushing for a loan when disaster strikes. Number 6. Spend time on mind-numbing exploits. How you spend your time certainly matters in your quest to make or lose money. We all have 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and 52 weeks a year. No one has yet learnt how to mint more time, so it all comes down to how you spend your time. According to various surveys, there are stark differences between how the rich spend their time and how everyone else spends theirs. The average person spends about 40 hours in front of a screen every week. This is for unproductive screen use. You can redeem that time and use these hours to learn a skill that will come in handy. If it's not helping you make money, then you should only indulge for about 2 hours a day. The rich prefer to spend their time reading, but only about 14% of the common man does the same. The statistics on gambling will shock you even more. 77% of the poor think gambling is a good way to earn money, and spend all their money and time doing that compared to only 13% of the rich. Clearly, the poor are not helping their odds. You don't need to attend every event you're invited to, and you don't need to sleep for 12 hours a day. Plan out your time better and get some money in your account. Number 5. Live outside your means. Only you know how much you make. If you ignore your employer and the HR department and probably the various people you told. But you are in control of your money. You know if you can afford to buy those limited edition sneakers and still have food on your table for the next 2 weeks. Sometimes it is tempting to splurge a little on yourself. After all, you are the one who makes the money and should be able to enjoy it. But are you really enjoying your huge house if you want to hide from the bills? Are you really enjoying your latest car if you have to borrow from all of your friends to make ends meet? Nobody is impressed by fake displays of wealth. Make purchases and payments for things you can comfortably afford. If your dream is to live in a huge house, then save up for it gradually. Stay with your parents or share living expenses with a friend till you hit the figure that can help you get your dream house. If you think that will take time, then you need to remember Rome wasn't built in a day either. Good things take time. As much as you can, downsize. Use public transport so that you are not spending on fuel and maintenance. Donate or sell your extra clothes so that they are not taking up space and having you stress about what to wear. Eat out only when you can afford to, so that you are not raking up $3,000 spent on eating out. Number 4. Have one source of income. In this very unpredictable life where anything can happen in the blink of an eye, having only one source of income is risky. You could get fired from your job or laid off. Your business could go under. You might think of changing careers or get into an accident that might render you unable to work for a time. The poor like to think that there is a reward for being loyal to a job. In an ideal world, there would be, but the world we live in might see you get fired on your work anniversary. Therefore, it helps to have multiple sources of income while you're able. With the internet, it is now easier to have another source of income. You could sell your crafts on an Etsy store, or you could freelance on sites like Upwork and Fiverr. Having a YouTube channel and a podcast is another good option if you enjoy talking. You can use your skills and passions to make a little money on the side. Your side passion doesn't have to be very draining, and you can decide how many hours you can devote to it. Number 3. Ignore budgeting. Having a budget is a good way to plan for your money. You can keep track of how much you are getting, how much you are spending, when to make your payments, and which big purchases you need to save up for. A sure way to blow all your money is to ignore your budget or not to even have one in the first place. Budgeting works on the principle that those who don't plan to fail. If you don't tell your money where to go, it will look for the quickest exit and you will have nothing left. Make a budget that suits you. You can have it for a week, a month, or a year. Start with the priorities and the payments you need to make. Make sure you leave some room for fun things because all work and no play makes you dull. Budget for parties and movie nights, or whatever you enjoy doing. Number 2. Don't invest. If you want to have your money make money for you while you sleep, investing is the way to go. There are 3 sure places where you can invest and expect some good returns: real estate, stocks, and different companies. Usually, investing is a risk, so it is understandable when people hesitate to commit. But there are good things on the other side of risk most times. You also don't need to go in blind. Talk to a trusted financial advisor near you or someone else that has made investments in the same field you want to. You can also read up about it and then make the leap. Be sure that you are not following scammers or get-rich-quick schemes because you will lose money that way. For the start, invest a little money as you test the waters. Number 1. Not save. Different people have various beliefs when it comes to saving. However, all the rich know that saving is an easy proven method to have money for when you will need it. The 20-80 rule suggests that you save 20% of your income as soon as it comes in and then spend the remaining 80%. Saving requires discipline. Don't imagine that you will start saving when you get more money. Start with the little you have. If you can put away $20 out of your $100, it will be easier for you to put away $20,000 when you hit your six-figure income. Like any other habit, the more you save, the more it sticks. So, start saving now. You can automate your savings in case you think you will forget to do it.